Hi everyone. In this presentation, I'll be talking about the topic of access information needs. Decision making is super important in any profession, and that is why this topic is so significant. I realized that the best way for me to explain this subject is by displaying an example. The first step is to identify a decision maker. I talked to someone who is the owner of a pizza place. The basis of his needs were making a large profit and his customer satisfaction rates to be high. I asked him to tell me about 3 decisions he needs to make roughly 6 months from now. First, he said they need to decide if they want to bring back the pan crust. This is actually a big decision because it totally changed their dough structure and the type of labor taught. Next, he needs to decide if he wants to buy another location of the same franchise. And his last decision is if he still wants Pepsi to be his vendor for drinks. Now we discussed 4 pieces of information impacting the decisions. For bringing pan pizza back, the first thing to consider is when teaching new labor, sometimes workers don't appreciate a new kind of product resulting in loss of quality. Next, it's important to know if this is what customers want. Will sales go higher or lower if pan pizza makes an appearance? Another factor is cost. The dough could end up being a bit more expensive. And lastly, it is important to realize the effects pan pizza could have on the other kinds of crust offered at the pizza place. Too much demand of a particular product could lead to loss in other products. Next, when buying another location, these are the factors that follow. First, the return on investment is significant. Without a good profit, it would be difficult for the store to keep running. Also, a big question is, will he be able to focus on both locations equally without neglecting one of the locations? And will he be able to manage both of them properly, or would it become too much for him to handle? Lastly, when hiring his staff, he needs to be able to find good, trustworthy workers that will help him run his place in order to be successful. Now, he's had Pepsi as his vendor for as long as he can remember. If he tries to change that, then there are several things to consider. First, he's been with Pepsi for a really long time, so will they allow for him to change to a new vendor, or are there any adjustments to the contract? Trying a new vendor is a risk. How will their interactions be? Will their procedures be suitable to his franchise? The new products that come with the new vendor should maintain their quality standards as well. And lastly, it is important to analyze customer reactions. Many old customers have a usual order, so changing the drinks may change their entire favorite order. Now we'll gather this information in separate categories. Our 4 categories are customer satisfaction, staff, return on investment, quality, and efficiency. We have all the smaller subcategories listed within these greater, broader categories, as you can see displayed on this PowerPoint. Here we have a list of information items that have been rated based on importance by the decision maker. It seems like return on investment and customer satisfaction means a lot to the decision maker. After analyzing the data, I sorted out the information that worked best being in either a computerized or non-computerized system. I figured that things such as cost, profit, and return on investment would have numerical data, and being in a computerized system would be really helpful to ensure accuracy. And when understanding things such as customer satisfaction, labor, quality, and efficiency, these things can be recorded in a non-computerized system as well. So that wouldn't have such a big effect. Well, that's it, and thank you so much for watching my presentation.